Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello everybody, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Oktavia Dwi Rossyda. You can call me Rossi. I'm from Oktavia Biology Education, Universitas Negeri Malang, 2019. Now I will present to you about high blood pressure or hypertension. The table of content, the first is blood pressure, the second is the causes, the third is the symptom, and the fourth is treatment. Now, please enjoy. Okay, blood pressure. What is blood pressure? Blood pressure is the amount of force that blood exerts on the walls of the arteries as it flows through them. And when this pressure reaches high level, it can lead to serious health problems. Without treatment, high blood pressure or hypertension can lead to grave health conditions, including heart failure, vision loss, stroke, and kidney disease. And what is the causes of hypertension? The heart is a muscle that pumps blood around the body. It pumps blood with low oxygen level toward the lungs, which replenish oxygen supplies. The heart then pumps oxygen around the body to supply the muscle and cells. This pumping action creates pressure. If a person has high blood pressure, it means that the walls of the arteries are contracted under too much force. The causes of hypertension can divide into two. The first is essential high blood pressure, and the second is secondary high blood pressure. This type of high blood pressure has no established causes. Meanwhile, the secondary high blood pressure caused by another health problem. The risk factor for essential and secondary high blood pressure is the first is age. The risk of high blood pressure increases as a person becomes older. Why? Because the blood vessels become less flexible. And then family history. People who have close family members with hypertension have a significantly higher risk of developing it themselves. And then ethnic background. African and American people have a higher risk of developing hypertension than other people. Hypertension also presents more severely in African or American people, and it less responsive to certain medication. And then obesity. People who are overweight or have obesity are more likely to develop high blood pressure. And then gender. In general, high blood pressure is more common among adult men than adult women. However, after the age of 55 years, a woman's relative risk of hypertension increases. And then physical inactivity. Lack of exercise and having a sedentary lifestyle raise the risk of hypertension. And then smoking. Smoking also reduces the blood oxygen content, so the heart pumps faster to compensate, causing an increase in blood pressure. And then alcohol intake. Drinking excessive amount of alcohol can dramatically raise blood pressure and increase the risk of heart failure, stroke, and irregular heartbeat. And then poor diet. Many healthcare professionals say that a diet high in fats and salt leads to high risk of hypertension. However, most dietitian, most dietitians stress that the problem is the type of fat rather than the amount. Plant sources of fat, such as avocado, nuts, olive oil, and omega oils. Saturated fats and trans fats, which are common in animal sources and processed foods, are bad for health. And then mental stress. Why? Stress can have a severe impact on blood pressure, especially when it is chronic. It can occur as a result of both socioeconomic and psychosocial factors. And then diabetes. People with diabetes have higher risk of developing hypertension. However, prescribed use of insulin and consistent blood sugar control can reduce the long-term risk of people with type 1 diabetes. People with type 2 diabetes are at risk of hypertension as a result of high blood sugar as well as other factors, such as medication, underlying cardiovascular disease, and being overweight or having obesity. And then sleep apnea. This sleep disorder, which causes people to stop breathing while asleep, might also lead to hypertension. And then after the causes, I won't tell you about the symptoms. Most people with high blood pressure will not experience any symptoms. People often call hypertension by silent killer for this reason. However, once blood pressure reaches about 180 per 120 millimeters of mercury, it becomes a hypertensive crisis, which is a medical emergency. At this stage, symptoms will show like this. The first is headache, nausea, vomiting, dizziness, blurred or double vision, nosebleeds, breathlessness. In the children with high blood pressure, this is any signs. The first is headache, fatigue, blurred vision, nosebleed, and Bell palsy. What is Bell palsy? Bell palsy is inability to control the facial muscle on one side of the face. And compilation. Without treatment or countermeasure, excessive pressure on the artery walls can lead to damage of the blood vessel, which is from cardiovascular disease. It can also damage some vital organs. Some of complications are stroke, heart attack and heart failure, blood clots, aneurysm, kidney disease, thickened, narrow or torn blood vessel in the eyes, metabolic syndrome, and brain function and memory problems. Okay, for the treatment, the first slightly elevate. The doctor may suggest some lifestyle change for people with slightly elevated blood pressure who have a lower risk of developing cardiovascular disease. And then moderately high. If blood pressure is reasonably high and the doctor believes that the risk of developing cardiovascular during the next 10 years is above 20%, they will probably prescribe medication and recommend certain lifestyle changes. So far, if blood pressure level reach 120, 180 per 120 millimeter mercury or above, this is hypertensive crisis. Immediately change to the type or dosage of medication may be necessary. Regular exercise, even walking for 30 minutes on 3 until 5 days of the week will usually reduce a person's blood pressure by 4 millimeter per mercury, according to an older study in Hypertension journal. Losing weight, studies have revealed that even moderate weight loss of between 5 and 10 pounds can make a significant contribution to lowering elevated blood pressure. And then sleep. Although increasing sleep alone cannot treat hypertension, sleep deprivation and poor sleep quality have strong link to high blood pressure. Okay, that's all that I can tell to you. I'm sorry for my bad English, and thank you very much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.